Hello again. It's this afternoon now, and we're looking at another one from the forum. I wish there was some way, I'm sure there is, that I'm unaware of, that you can get a link to my current live stream. I'm not sure how that even works. Still too much of a newbie, I guess. Just 1 sec, I'm going to take a quick look at that. Oh, it does say I'm, how do I get a link for that? Anyways, I'm going to post this link on the forum. And streaming now. There's one link, and let's see if I can find this other link here. Sorry, I should do this off the stream, but yeah, I'm just one guy here. And this link here. Copy. There we go. Alright, it's still showing my last thumbnail for some reason. I wonder if I can change that too. Anyways, I don't have a new one yet anyways. So, it's this chair, and the legs need to be shortened by 3 inches. But it's not just so much scaling it to make it work, because you have all these holes for fastening it together, so everything changes if you scale it. And if you scale it non-uniformly, then all these holes will squash into not round anymore. So some manual sketch editing has to come into play. So I downloaded that file, and we'll open it here. Let's start a new sketch on the XY plane, and we'll insert this DXF. Okay. And it feels like it's huge, so let's take a look if that's the case. So yeah, 38 inches, so it was a metric import, so let's reinsert that. You can just tell by the way it blew up like that. And this time we're going to go to millimeters. Okay. And that's more like 1.5 inches-ish. So in the text here, it said this chair was 37 inches tall, and they wanted it to be 34 inches tall. So keeping the seat the same and everything the same. So I'm just kind of studying this here for a second, just because I haven't really seen it. So we're going to take 3 inches off the bottom and move this middle piece. So we should be able to just manipulate one and copy it 3 times. So let's manipulate this one, and we're going to take it off the bottom. So I do want to, I'm going to move this riser up too. But let's raise the chair legs without distorting too much, because we have this whole pattern that rivets into itself, repeating, that we don't want to mess up. So let's start by grabbing all this here, and let's move it. But I don't want to move it just straight down, because you see that actually doesn't look too bad, but it's changing this outside edge line, which will mess everything up. So we don't want to do that. But what we can do is we can go like, because we know we want to maintain this outside edge. So let's go to set pivot right here. And the pivot is manipulating this arrow key, and I'm gonna line it up with this line. I'm gonna select this line, see how it highlighted blue, and then hit go, and then hit yes. So either I can hit this check mark if this is nearby, or this check mark here. Done. Now when I move it, it will move with this line. So let's lower that 3 inches. I know it's at the hypotenuse and it won't be exactly 3 inches, but you can a square plus b square equals c square it and figure it out if you want. I mean, I could literally write that formula in here with 3 inches as the hypotenuse, and it would probably work out, because these work like Excel formulas. So I've dropped that 3 inches. It has distorted this a bit, but these didn't line up before anyways, but the outside edge is maintained and those hole patterns. So let's hit OK. Okay, that looks good. Let's do the same over here. I'm going to move, hit M for the move key. You can see my keystrokes highlighted in the bottom left over here. I'm going to set pivot to this break line, and then it's important to hit the check mark when you're done setting your pivot. Now, also going to drop 3 inches. -3. Okay. So that's not looking too bad, not too distorted. This is not going to work out, but we can do the same thing. Click it like this, hit move, set pivot. This is actually a great exercise in using set pivot. Select one of these lines on the center. Yes. And now I'm going to move that so it gives me a little reveal at the end. That's about what they had, right? Let's take a look. Yeah, like 3/4 of an inch. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. So we have some remnants here that we don't need anymore, this hole and this other hole, and then we can just multiply this a few times. But let's move up this center, or this stair riser, and I'll move it up half as much. Instead of 3 inches, I'll move it up 1.5 inches. So this is the stair riser. So as we move this up, it's gonna cut in here differently. So we're gonna have to definitely think about that. But if I move it up in such a way, I think I could maintain not having to manipulate this. So we'll use the move tool again. We're going to grab all of these, all the holes and all those radii, and see if we can move this now. We're going to go 1.5 inches straight down. All right. Okay, so that looks like that did shift that properly. All right, let's clean up some of these remnants. Delete. And then really we don't need these 3 things anymore. They're going to be a total pain to get out with all the holes. You know what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to go extrude. I'm not sure what thickness. Let's say we're making these at a 14 gauge. Alright, and then we'll duplicate this a few times. Pick some axis. 3 times, let's do 4. Perfect. Okay, so now we have some copies of this. I'm going to go back to the original sketch here. I just want to see if there was kind of a size. Is this trying to fit into a sheet? Holy, it's almost a whole. So it is going into a 4x8. Okay. Damn, can you not fit that into a half sheet? Maybe. So I'm going to create another sketch here as the boundaries of whatever size piece of material we end up using. Actually, here, I'm going to eyeball it to 4x8, but not select 4x8. There we go. Oh, but I'm not actually selecting it by hitting enter. Now let's turn these into components. If you're not subscribed, you're not going to be able to do this next part to Fusion. If you want, when you have components, it's kind of nice. You can go display component colors. So if you have assemblies or whatever and you're not pre-painting them, it's just a good way of seeing what's what. Now what I'll do is go into modify and use the arrange tool. Select all this. And we are going to put it into this envelope here. Oh yeah, there's a nice tight fit. It's a little too tight. Let's do frame width of 1/4. Damn, you could almost fit 2 of them in a 4x8, couldn't you? 2 full ones. Cancel. You know what I'm going to try to do here is move let's create a few more components. And now let's do this instead. Oh, not quite, eh? Could almost get 2 chairs out of a sheet. Damn. Anyways, let's go back. And we'll just arrange these ones. Get a little bit more frame spacing on here and the other spacing. Just when it starts heating up, it cuts a little nicer. Well, I think that would be okay. So what I could do now is I could go create sketch. And then I'm just going to project the things I want, which is this arrangement. I'm going to hit OK. I'm going to finish that sketch, and now I'm going to export that sketch, save as DXF, and 40 or 34-inch bar stool. I guess it's just a stool. Save. Alright, I will post this back to the site, and I think that's about all we can do with this one. Actually, you know what? I want to just show one sheet metal lesson with this. It's kind of cool. Let's get rid of the sketch here. Actually, let's get the first sketch back. Right here, this one. Let's go to sheet metal, create, convert to sheet metal, this piece. Okay. And modify. Where is it? Ah, right there. Oh, it's not counting that. Here, let's try this. I'm going to create a sketch first, and then I'll project it. Oh, weird. It just perceived those break lines as lines. I see. Let's go all the way to here. Now let's try that again. Modify. Create, bend this. No. Not gonna do it for me. How the hell did that used to work? Anyhow, I should have quit while I was ahead there. Bend. Interesting. Edit sketch. I'm going to try something else here. Gotta be able to just bend on that. I so seldom use that command in that way. Oh, it bugs me. Let's nothing, eh? I forgot how to do that move. Or it's just not working on that bend. Anyhow, I am going to look back on how that's done, because now it's going to bug me. But anyhow, take care. Hopefully that worked out for you, and